It begins with a return. Not a memory. Not a dream. But someone who was never supposed to come back. Claire is the first to see him, standing at the edge of the ridge, watching from a distance. His clothes, unfamiliar. His presence, unsettling. And when their eyes meet, she freezes. Because she recognizes him. Not from this time. But from the future. Jamie doesn't trust the stranger. Not for a second. There's something about him, something hidden. But Claire insists, they need to hear him out. Because if she's right, he knows what's coming. The man brings a warning. A single sentence that changes everything: you're all going to die here. At first, it sounds insane. But then he begins to describe events, specific ones. Things that haven't happened yet, but soon will. A fire. A betrayal. A loss so devastating, it will break the ridge forever. Jamie is torn. Protect his family now, or believe a man who shouldn't even exist in this time. Meanwhile, Brianna feels a strange connection to the stranger. Something about him feels familiar, too familiar. And then it hits her. The way he speaks. The way he looks at her. The way he knows things no one else could. This isn't just a stranger. This is someone tied to her future. Possibly, her blood. As tension builds, the man reveals the truth: he didn't come back to save everyone. He came back to stop one person. One decision. One moment, that changes everything. And that moment? It belongs to Claire. Now Claire is faced with something she's never had to confront before. Not just changing the past, but choosing who gets to live in the future. If she listens to him, she could prevent the tragedy. But doing so would erase something, or someone, she loves. Jamie refuses to accept it. For him, the choice is simple: fight for what they have, no matter the cost. But Claire knows better. Time always takes its price. As the episode builds toward its climax, the warning begins to come true. The fire starts. Chaos erupts. And in the middle of it all, Claire must decide. Change the future, or protect the present. In the final moments, she makes her choice. But when the smoke clears, the stranger is gone. No trace. No body. Nothing. Except one thing. A small object, left behind. Proof that he was real. Proof that the future has already begun to change. And as Claire looks at Jamie, there's one terrifying thought she can't escape. What if the man wasn't trying to save them? What if he was trying to save himself? As the fire consumes the ridge, everything falls apart. Screams echo. Smoke fills the air. People are running, but not everyone makes it out. Claire stands frozen for a moment, watching it all unfold, because she's seen this before. Not here. Not now. But somewhere, in time. Jamie grabs her, pulling her back to reality. They have to move. They have to survive. But Claire hesitates. Because she realizes something terrifying: the stranger's warning wasn't about the future. It was about a loop. A cycle. And they've been living it, over and over again. The fire. The loss. The pain. It's all happened before. And every time, it ends the same way. Claire tries to change it. She runs toward the moment the stranger told her about, the exact point where everything goes wrong. This time, she acts differently. She makes a different choice. And for a second, it works. The fire shifts. The outcome begins to change. But then, everything stops. Not slows down. Stops. The flames freeze in the air. The people around her, motionless. And standing behind her, is the stranger. But this time, he's not injured. Not desperate. He's calm. Almost, relieved. And then he says something that changes everything. You finally understand. Claire turns slowly, her heart racing. And that's when she sees him clearly. Not as a stranger, but as someone she knows. Someone she loves. Someone who shouldn't exist. Because the truth hits her all at once. He isn't just from the future. He is the future. A version of someone from her own family, older, changed, broken by time itself. And he didn't come back to warn them. He came back to fix a mistake. His mistake. Every time Claire and Jamie survive, it leads to something worse. Something far bigger. Something that destroys not just the ridge, but everything that comes after. And the only way to stop it, is to let this moment happen. Exactly as it always has. Claire refuses. She won't accept a future built on loss. But the stranger steps closer, his voice shaking now. I've lived it, Claire. Over and over again. This is the only way it ends. Jamie sees the tension, but he doesn't understand. All he knows is Claire is about to make a choice that could cost everything. And so he steps in. Choosing her. No matter the consequence. Claire looks between them. The man from the future. The man she loves. Two different versions of the same fate. And in that moment, she chooses. But we don't see what she does. The screen cuts to black. Silence. Then. A single sound. A heartbeat. And suddenly, Claire wakes up. The ridge is calm. No fire. No chaos. Everything is normal. Jamie is beside her, alive and well. But something feels wrong. Different. Because as she steps outside, she sees someone standing at the edge of the ridge. Watching. Waiting. The same figure. The same man. Only this time, he smiles. And whispers. Welcome back. A quick final scene appears. Brianna, in the future, standing in a modern setting. She's holding that same object the stranger left behind. But now, there are multiple versions of it, lined up. Dozens. Maybe hundreds. Each one from a different timeline. And she says quietly, this time, we get it right.